John Capobianco is a big shot with Fleischmann-Hillard High Road, which is a big, large, successful PR company. And he joins me today because I want to put to him what the government is doing and his take on it. Because we've all read the stories now. The federal government gave between $150 and $200 billion out to corporations across Canada. They're now saying, well, we can't get that money back. They just gave it away, and it was supposed to encourage employment. In many cases, went to shareholders. Other situations, John, I'm hearing of people who, one, didn't apply for it, got a check in the mail, and now the government's hammering down, give me that $2,000 back. Someone got overpaid. Government's saying, give me that $2,000 back. And yet the government's saying that we can't go after these corporations to whom we gave $200 million because we don't think we'll be successful. Is that fair to you?
Absolute bunk. I got to tell you, look.
Wait a second. What I'm saying is bunk, or what they're doing is bunk?
What they're doing is bunk.
Okay.
But let me put this in perspective. Obviously, when the pandemic hit and everything was in crisis and nobody knew how long this was going to be or how serious it was going to be, governments all piled on to give money to both businesses and individuals, and no one complained.
Fair.
There was no issues
because you didn't know what was coming down.
People were being fired and furloughed and all this kind of stuff. So there was an absolute need for that.
Yep.
But the opposition parties always said, let's make sure though that it's going to the right people, not just to everybody, but the right people that need the money. And let's do some checks and balances throughout the way. And the government never did that. So now, when things are back to normal, and because anecdotally we know, Stephen, there are people that said, oh, I'm going to apply for this and I might not even need it, and they were getting money that they should not have in any right get it. Individuals, businesses, and corporations.
They aren't going after prisoners who got the money rather than applying from jail.
But listen,
but we know blue chip companies, we aren't going to name them, but we know of blue chip companies that got paid hundreds of millions of dollars. That just went funneled through their shareholders.
There were individuals who still had their jobs, were making six figures, were getting it. So at the end of the day, what governments need to do is need to be able to say, okay, we've got to reclaim some of that. Now, some of the money, the problem is that once people get the money, they're going to spend it. Going back to them a year later to say, hey, we need to reclaim that money, there's no money to reclaim because they don't have that money. But there's some monies they can get back.
There's no question. Some people who make $40,000 a year, who got some money, they aren't going to have it. But corporations who got paid $150 million, they've got it.
Yeah, and even if we get 10% of all the money they spent on CERBs, 10%, that's money back to taxpayers, and that is money that they're not going to reclaim because they feel that it's not fair to go back to get the people that were not rightly supposed to get CERBs, and that's wrong.
So what does it say about our politics? You're a conservative. Does this mean that, is it a partisan issue, or is it just that government is just not caring?
It's an economic issue. We have spent so much money, rightfully so, and a lot of people were saved by that, but there's a lot of people, a lot of corporations that didn't go after them because they can pay back the money, and we need it from an economic perspective.
I didn't even think about that, but yes, the government needs it. John, thank you very much. 3 minutes. The Trudeau subsidized media cannot engage you in the discussions. They can't even present the discussions that we do here on this channel, which are critical to the health and future of Canada. So, to help us keep broadcasting, please contribute financially. The address is below. You can write a check, PayPal, and please subscribe.